Why am I here twice?
I only have one of you.
Oh, what in the world? Okay, there it is. That was weird.
There's just one of you now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I let you in twice, but the first time you never showed up on my end.
Yeah. That
No,
was okay. Cool things.
no. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in my new place. Well, transition place. Um, and uh yesterday before I came here, so my friend, we went to the beach and there were these two women there, like with their fire toys, like their fire spinning toys.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, yes, this is like a dream of mine. Dream coming true tonight. So, um, and then my friend was like, oh, I think I know one of them. And I was like, that's great because I want to go.
Of course you do.
And and so she's getting closer. She's like, oh yeah, I do. So I was like, okay, cool. Get out of the car, go. And she introduces me to one, and then they're talking. So I go to the other one and I'm watching her, I'm asking her all these questions. And then I went into the water and I was like, I have to ask her if I could play with them. So I was like, can I play with your toys? And she's like, here, hands me these two fan things. And I just went to town. Like she had this giant speaker that was playing music, and they all just kind of like left. And I was like, okay, I hope this is okay, whatever. So I'm playing with them and also like crying on the inside because I was like, this is a dream come true. Because I have these two like fire palm things that I never really like. I ordered them and I never really did anything with them. I'm like, oh, they're cool. I never lit them up because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then
Uh-huh.
here we are. And then they're like, oh, you should come tomorrow to Fire Jam. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Yes. And then my friend's like, oh yeah, that's just like right down the hill from me. So that's what's happening.
Of
And
course it is, by the way.
yeah, of course it is.
Yes.
I think so. Um, Karen will either like she'll quote herself to me or she's been quoting Piper and it's like, I'm just gonna quote Piper on this. Thank you, more please. But yeah. And so I went to bed just like seeing all these like fire flows coming through. And I'm like, oh, I can't sleep. I can't wait
Wow.
for tomorrow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I really loved the place where you were like, can I play with your toys too? Like
Yeah.
so little and innocent and like so many. I don't know. I feel like that's like quantum leap, organic quantum leaping at the finest, where you're just like breaking down. All you have to do is ask to play with the toys. There you
Yeah.
go.
Like,
And now you're
can I
fire
play with
jamming.
you? That's also like that was my little body. Like, excuse me, can I play with you? Like, and then that moment of like kind of feeling like some type of way when I did play and then like everyone just kind of scattered away because that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. And then I was like, well, she did say yeah. So, and then I just did my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this. For the
Yeah.
for the parts of you that fear all of these things, like the little ones that have like I don't fit in here, I'm not understood here, and just to like cross those bridges, And even in that, like they skittered away and you're still like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm like, well, she said yes.
You did say.
Like, she handed me the toys. Well, it was, oh, Carly, it was such an odd moment because it wasn't like they just scattered away. It was like they packed all their stuff into the car and just like left me there and then scattered. And I was like, is this okay? I was like, is this okay? Because like they were dancing and then they all of a sudden they completely stopped and packed.
Huh.
But then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do me.
Yeah.
It was I did have to shake that off a little bit in the at the beginning. I'm like, but no, I meant to do this. Like this is I would be more upset if I had never asked.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like you're holding your own, not quite unshakability, right? Because like we get shook and then like we like remember and like just pick our shit back up and we're like, never mind, I got myself here. It's all good.
Mhm.
Um, but like that kind of unshakability, but then also interacting with the world, like with the rest of the world, like everybody else is sovereign too, and like
Yeah,
able to take care of themselves and say the things that they need. I think
yeah,
that's really important too.
yeah, yeah. Because there is this thing that I've been working through about asking for what you want is like, yeah, the piece where everyone's sovereign, because I am like afraid that like by me asking, I'm like forcing myself upon someone and they're forced to say yes because they don't want to say no. Like this thing, it's like a
Mhm.
weird, that's like a more of the spot for me than I feel like someone saying no, because I'm always like, oh, but you could say no if you want to, you know?
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
And um, yeah, literally having a conversation about that just before this happened. And then having that whole experience, but then even afterwards, because sometimes I feel like that feeling of you're the my new girl, here she comes.
Yeah.
Um, and then like people are just like, who the fuck is this bitch? Just coming in here like that. um, but I could feel that there's that edge when you're coming into a new space, but then afterwards, like when I was done and I handed her toys, I was just like, thank you so much. And there was this softening moment because uh, this is weird. This wants to come through, but sometimes I feel like there's sometimes like interactions with women where I feel like they're sizing me up and I will put like a wall up as well. And I've been having this conversation with myself of like, well, what happens when I just allow myself to soften? And playing with that.
Hmm.
Um, and it felt like that moment there, it felt like a moment there for me,
Hmm.
like at the end when I gave her toys, because when I play, I mean, I'm I'm a fire being. So like when I play with fire, like I know like I could feel like my beast come out, and then like everyone just kind of like do 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 do. Um, but then do have that feeling of like, oh, I'm being sized up, but then be like, oh my gosh, thank you for your gift to me. And there was just like this softness that happened and like this love exchange. And then I mean, even the other woman, and she was just like, you have such good energy. And I'm like, yeah, boo, like we're here to play. Like I'm so excited. This is so cool. Like I love what you guys are doing, and this is a dream for me. And thank you. And then it was just like, see you tomorrow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what do you find when in that sizing up, it's like a raising of the wall, like heart wall gets taller or something?
Yeah.
That's the energetic that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So, and the pattern is to meet it and
Yeah.
like, am I good enough here? Am I big enough here? Am I loud enough here? Am I pretty enough here? Whatever.
Yeah.
So what happens for you in the knot, like in the knot building of the wall and the softening?
Well, what the tendency, there's a wounded tendency, and then there was what I felt yesterday was like I'm still standing in me. So like the tendency is like, oh, I'll just get small, like, and be that little like excuse me,
Yeah.
like little child. But it was the like, no, hey, like, thank you, love. Like it felt just like this, it felt more of like, instead of I'm like
Uh-huh.
still tall, but my shoulders just like soften. And my heart's like this. I'm like this, like, yo, this was dope.
Yeah.
Yes, more please.
Yes. Yeah.
And even the shoulder blades, they like relax,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
and the belly. So oh, Buddha belly, it. Yeah, because it's either like or like,
Uh-huh.
but this is just like, hey, even the arms are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I I could roll around in there a lot with you,
Yeah.
but we have a meeting today.
Oh. I was like, I'm like, what is your brain? What is happening in there? Talk to me.
No, I mean I'm like feeling the difference of energy in fire beings and like the immature fire, this like fast, spontaneous, like more wounded tendencies, and can be like explosive and like burning, but like that versus the energetic of like a warm hearth
Yeah.
fire energetic that is connective and based in love. And it's like come into my like I will share my warmth with you as you come into my folds, and I'm not gonna burn you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually super cozy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, have a cup of tea and come sit by the fire
Exactly.
and we'll have a conversation
Yeah. Yeah.
or jam. Like, fire jam? Are you fucking kidding me?
And it just fell into your lap just like
Yeah.
that.
This,
Oh, do you want to come to this fire jam?
yeah.
This fire jam I've been waiting my whole life for? I guess.
Yeah. Say less. I'm there.
Hey, don't do that, please. Thank you. Okay.
Mm.
Um, your I love your notes. I was just rewriting them so we can really play with them
Okay.
today. Um,
Where my notebook?
and I'm gonna feed my cat so she stops eating this bag. One sec.
Don't do that, please. No.
Okay. I can't find my notebook and it's driving me fucking nuts. I take notes for like all things. It's like my own channeled notes, it's my own ideas, it's like my brain dump, it's like client notes, it's like shopping lists, just whatever. It's like all in one place. And I'll like write all the way through the end and then start another one. And I can't find my current one, which is very rare. Anyway, I have another one. All right, so we want to play with dark goddess energetics today.
Yeah.
And as I was playing with your bullet points, I had an idea, like while we're in here with her, to do a desire inventory. So just like following desire and following desire and following desire, and just like see where she takes us.
Okay.
Story. So this feels like a lot of fun today, and I think that it'll serve exactly as it needs. But I do like also in the not in the background and like not in the side lane. I do want to start bringing in, like we talked about yesterday, like more architecture, like the bones of what we're building, what the fuck we're building. So I think for today, let's just go with the most alive thing, and then we can continue building the building of the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, what's true for you right now?
I like this stream of desire and just following the thread of this, like the story that I just shared about fire dancing. And how magical these things get to show up for us, and we don't know how. We don't know the how.
The showing up of the things like the fire jam.
Yeah. And also like fire as an energy. But like that deep burning fire that you spoke of. Yeah. That's what's alive for me.
Okay. All right. So dark goddess. What I'm going to share my feminine architecture, like how the direction that this would take me likely. And then we'll meet it with how it wants to move through you.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a lot of our work together that is utilizing each other's energetics together. Like that's the co-creational part rather than the like, this is how it's done. Yeah.
This is what I'm super fucking excited about, because I can bring something in and then you can watch it happen and then you can like create this direction for it. Because you'll be like, okay, where are we going? And then I bring this thing up. It feels like I almost have like the overview and then you take it into the directional like paths. That's how I was feeling this last night. And I was like, "Brr!" Excited. I was excited. I just was really excited about today, like the whole day in general. But yeah.
Okay. So the ways that often things will present for me, like containers. We'll just take the umbrella container, whether that's like a 10-year container or a 10-minute masterclass. It doesn't really matter. But the energetics will drop, and then there'll be like boom, 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 like three. They're like weavings of like three separate sort of teachings, but like a couple different things that all need to be somatically understood for the whole concept to land. And I won't actually know it until I'm just like blasted open and like listening.
Mm.
And then I'll just be told what what we're teaching. So I think we just hang out with Dark Goddess and
Okay.
just see what she has. How does that feel for you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that the most powerful will be for you to drop in and I'll take notes. So unless you're like asked to write or you feel like you need to write, I'll just take notes.
Yeah. Yes. That feels good for me.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's move a little bit first. Just
Okay.
wiggle and breathe and wherever your body asks you to go. And right now, just breathing out, the any preconceived notions, like anything that either of us knows or think we know about the dark goddess. We're just like letting those go. We don't know. We're a blank slate, open to listen, open to channel, open to receive. Any kind of ideas about what this is meant to be, we'll just leave them on the ground. We are just starting with these clear bodies, clear channels. That's like a bunch. Keep getting different visuals. Like if you got a whole pack of like Sculpey, like new clay. So there's a whole bunch of colors, but they're just like blocks and blobs. And we're just gonna be shown how they want to take form. So we're gonna get the humans and the egos out of the way. And invite in the guidance of our people, our spirit guides. Mine hold the space. Yours are more communication on this one. Spirit guides, energetic ancestors, benevolent beings, local nature spirits, any directions, any angels that you connect to, bring them in, ask them in. Know they're here. You can speak out loud if that feels true. Just feel yourself surrounded in your support team. And inviting in the energy of, the essence of, the reverence for, the honoring of the dark goddess in all of her ways, in all of her shapes, in all of her forms, the way that she's been seen and manifested across time and cultures. Just inviting in the energy of the dark goddess. Notice any shifts in you, in your body, in your breath. And we invite her into the room, into the space, into this temple. This temple, actually, that is for her and is devoted to her. And Violet, I'll just ask you what you're experiencing. What does this feel like? What do you see? What do you know?
So I'm feeling this anchoring down from the root, like the tailbone. And I also saw a couple of symbols like the treble clef and this cube like structure. And maybe we go into this cube.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that feels true now, or do you want to see?
Yeah. Yeah. I think we go in now.
Yeah. Would you like to take me, or do you need guidance? You want me to take you?
Yeah, I need guidance.
Okay. All right. Describe this cube. What do you see?
Weird. It's like the I just keep hearing like GameCube, the GameCube symbol. I don't know if that's true. I don't remember what that looks like, but
Mhm. It's okay. It doesn't matter here.
yeah, cool. Okay, it's opening now from the top.
Mm. Does that feel like an
Of those,
invitation in? Sorry, sweetie, go ahead.
remember there were these like toys where you would press it and it's like a flower and then it would open, like
Mm-hmm. I do.
the pedals spin or
Yeah.
something like that. It's opening like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm getting that toy.
Mm-hmm.
It feels a lot more playful, actually.
Is there an invitation to go inside?
No, no, just note this feeling.
Mm. What is the feeling you'd like to note?
It's the eternal child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I was getting distracted by the sun, and then now it's going away. It's getting darker now. I was like, wait, this is really light? Okay. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay. Now we're going in. As we're going in the cloak, under the veil, closing the body of this cloak. Oh, okay. Now there's this like purple orb. We're looking in that.
Is there more to the purple orb? Does it feel like it wants inquiry? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs sound. Sound.
Mm.
Sound. Almost like we're stoking the fire.
Mm. Cool.
Ugh. I need this. We're going dark. Okay. Okay, that's better. Yeah. We're going down underworld. Can you guide me?
Yeah. Traveling down. What are you traveling down into? Are you in a vessel? Are you by yourself? Is there a path? What do you see?
It's still traveling, like just darkness. I'm by myself, and it's just my body, like I'm floating down head first, more like flying down, diving.
Good. Well, notice your body. This one always feels important to know that you have agency here, so you can go feet first if you'd rather. You can move. Just notice the space around you, the darkness as you travel down. Noticing any changes, maybe the quality of air as it gets older or deeper or wetter. Finding now the end where you are meant to land. The bottom, the floor, the place, the time. Let me know when you've landed.
I think I'm here. I'm a little bit confused. I see like well, as I was traveling down, I kept getting it was like black and then like purple, but it kind of reminded me of like dragon. Like if you were looking close up at like dragon scales actually. So like the black was a scale, but between the scales it was like this purple, deep purple light. And then like when I landed, it just felt like I was seeing flashes of like these prehistoric creatures. And it feels like we're in some kind of ancient times, but it also feels like this is how far we need to go back, so how deep we need to go into.
Before we go on, I feel that it would be important to speak your intention into this space. That
Yeah.
is something like, I am here to receive, I'm here to converse, I'm here to contact the dark feminine, I'm here to let her know what you're here for with your words.
I am here to contact the dark feminine, to converse and receive. Okay, this is just where she's living right now. So she's walking to me. This like it's like a volcano. That's what the ground looks like, but it's hot and she's barefoot in this black lacy cloak, and then she just puts a finger right on my heart, and that's really intense because I just feel this like melting away and down and back into like when I said I was anchored at the root, like literally my butthole was open. And then now, like when she put her finger on my heart, I'm melting down, like down into my chest, and like pussy is open. And I think that's it. This sensation.
What is it about this sensation that she would like you to take back or infuse into your work?
I'm reminded of the sounds that came through in the shower that I shared with you the other day. The bellow, the deep bellowing, like expression from there. We're expressing from here, the root. And this is also where we're speaking from. This is where we're speaking from. This is where we're sharing from. This is where we're sounding from. this is where we're operating from. Drop down here and then come forward.
And what
And now,
comes? Go ahead.
yeah, I'm feeling the bottom of my feet now too. Yeah, down here.
What is down here?
It's down here. What is down here?
What wisdom is down here? Or where is here?
It's here. Hmm. I'm hearing fiercity.
Mm.
And it feels like she's telling me like you're usually when you're talking into a space and you're coming in, you're up here, like in my heart, higher heart conversing, but there's a fall back that needs to happen um for this space, like this deeper throat, this deeper voice. She's showing me this. When I was talking, I was here, sunken in, like lean, more like a lean back. This is where we're teaching from. This is where we're holding from. This voice. She just keeps showing me the voice.
Okay.
Not here, not here, not here, not here. Oh, oh, oh. Not that.
Mm-hmm.
This. That.
Mm-hmm. And where does that sound live in your body?
My pussy.
Good. Good.
Yeah, fire breath, breath of fire.
Good.
Dragon breath. Yeah.
Gorgeous. We came with some questions. Does that feel relevant to ask right now?
Yeah. We're good. We're
Yeah.
good too.
Great. Are you in contact with Dark Goddess right now?
Yeah, she's here. She's like a shadowy. I don't really see her,
Mm-hmm.
but she's around me.
Yeah. I do want to put some energetic boundaries into our container and around you and your physical body, energy body, all of your bodies.
Okay.
And we are asking for truth, but also love and safety. So benevolence. Anything
Okay.
else is not invited into the conversation.
She settled down a little bit after that.
We can let her know that that's what we're here for too, right?
Yeah.
Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all love.
Okay. She's like, okay.
Cool, cool, cool. So I'm just going to ask questions and you can ask what feels true. If it doesn't feel true, just let me know and we'll move on. And she can also answer what's true. And if it doesn't feel true, she doesn't have to answer and we'll move on.
Okay.
So the first question that I'll have you ask her is, who is she? Who are you?
Who are you? And I didn't even have to ask her. She just says dragon lady.
That's right.
And it's when I wanted to share this part too, because before you set the boundary, she was like, around me was like more like a spiky, smoky black, if that makes sense. I don't know if you could see that, but it was like spiky blackness.
Mm-hmm.
And then she became this, when the boundaries were set, she actually became this like reddish, brownish, um, softer edge. And yeah, dragon lady.
Which is the second question might seem a little bit silly because it's where you are, but the question is, where does she live? So where do you live? And I wonder if there's a name of it or an archetype. Where do you live?
Well, um Alethea.
Jesus, that's beautiful.
It's a volcano.
Of course. Gorgeous. What kind of power comes from this volcano or from Alethea?
Yeah. We harness warmth and hearth through our connection, like through the feet. She's just literally just walking on hot lava.
Mm.
Um, yeah, like warm to the bones.
Yeah.
And
I
if
want
we want to play, if we want to play, we breathe a little fire.
uh-huh. Cool.
That's if we're frisky. Friskiness.
Yeah. The risky friskies.
Yeah.
Cool. And for the sake of this container that we are building, what we are listening for, the answers that we are listening for, and asking to move through Violet, what does she want to express?
So I was actually seeing this fire dance with the fans. It was really cool. Movement. Wants to express movement. That's flowy. It's flowy. So like the joints feel like they don't have this like dupe like robotic. They're like flowy.
Mm-hmm.
There's this connectedness. Ooh. She's showing me like what I do when I flow dance, and like when I hit that the moment of flow where the staccato in the body stops.
Yep.
um and also the mind, because the mind is still thinking about the people that's watching, but then if I haven't um I haven't done this in a while, but when I there's a surrender that I need to go through or happen, I'm hanging on to something. The way that it looks.
The way that it's perceived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also its intensity, because it's once again that loudness, like it's big.
Yeah.
And it's not just here. When I do it with my hands, it's safe, but it's my spine has to be involved. Spine, hips, knees, shoulders.
When it's just in your hands, it's like safe size. And when it goes to your hips and your spine, it's like, ooh, that's too big.
Mm-hmm.
It's big, that's loud.
Yeah.
The full embodiment
Yeah.
is the edge.
Yeah.
Beautiful. If you could ask her what is the purpose of this class and what she wants to tell your people, what's moving through you, what's moving through the class.
What is the purpose of this class?
Or what do they need to know?
I'm feeling like movement in the like root and sacral, like hips, hips, hips. And it actually doesn't feel sexual, because I keep hearing silliness,
Uh-huh.
because we have to like break it up first. Like there's this stagnation, like that stiffness that we need to break up and like make safe.
Uh-huh.
um Before we can even get into the sensuality, sexuality, creation.
I feel that. Silliness is the entry point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Like shake it up.
Yeah. Why your feel the people in your class, whatever that feels like, and why don't they have this? Why don't they have silliness? Why are they not in their hips?
Because like them is this like presentable thing, like this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like self-judgment in that, like, well, I don't know if I relate to that, but I should be like that. But then there's like literally the body and the hips are getting boxed into all of that. I I I I I I I don't know. Do I do this? Do I do that? Am I this? Am I that? I'm not femme presenting, not femme presentable. So sexual sensuality is not fluid within me. And then I also don't like, so then I'm stuck in between. And I'm seeing me, like I'm seeing me and like another person that I know, where it's just like, oh, I'll just wear my sweats. But then like sometimes I feel frumpy. And then when I do like dress up, it feels nice. But comfortably, I'm just like in baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Comfortably hiding.
Mm.
And that doesn't necessarily feel wrong for me, but there's this other desire of like, hey, I do want some bright colors, or like I don't like my we're getting into the way I am in the world doesn't match with who I actually feel like inside.
Mm.
So that it just needs a lot of like
Shake it up.
shake it up.
And why would who you feel like on the inside not be safe to show up on the outside? Why does that part want to hide?
Because she's not well, she's big, and there's like these two, she's also like both, and it's not like super femme glam or like always like wildling. It's like both of these two things. And there isn't, well, there isn't a space in this world yet that feels like her. That makes sense. She gets a little bit of both, but it's not this and that, this or that. It's something else. Other.
Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like we're building that space for her
Yeah.
in many
Yeah.
ways. Yeah.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
That we're building the space for her in many ways with this class, but also in lots of other ways that we work.
Yeah. I feel that too.
So your people that take this class, why do they want this? Why do they want to get silly and break it up and be in their hips, in their root, in their sacral? Like what opens for them? What becomes available for them when this happens?
Mm. They just feel like really good with like who they are, where they're at, and not looking anywhere else outside of themselves for how to be or what to be or like what to want or any of that. It's more of like I feel so fucking good as me and in my body, and then I get to decide like, ooh, that, ooh, that, ooh, that just adds, that adds to me, that adds to me. But like, mm, 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 mm. So there's this thing that I've been playing with, like that my body is the altar, and as the altar, as the vessel, like how do I adorn it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that. It's like, how do I want to adorn myself as devotion to me, as devotion to my life that I am building, that I am creating, and one that I want to be in, not that someone or others have created for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Can I ask just a few more questions of the dark goddess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just feeling for the right one. What does she want you to know for this class about her darkness? We're here for her darkness. What is that?
That it's like warm. And I'm reminded of how it's worked through me. So like when I feel like I'm in this downward spiral of not feeling good about myself, she turns on the inside, and then she blasts it out through the emotion that feels like anger, through movement. And it's like I call it my beast mode. But it blasts out, but I feel very like aurically encapsulated by warmth. And then she's just like, this is my fucking life, and I get to do it how I want. And it's just blasting everything out else out that has been consumed that isn't me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, fuck no.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Well, I'd like to hang out down here for like 2 or 3 more minutes. But Violet, I'm curious if you have questions for her. Just in you guys are together. What's coming up for you? What do you want to know?
I I always want to know the how, but I don't get to.
You can ask.
How do I bring this class forward? So she's telling me we can start with an activation. To bring us down. Into the feet. But there's definitely going to be movement. That feels super edgy for me, but movement. And then we just open up the space.
Beautiful.
There's also screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming, stomping. That's pretty much the structure, I think.
It's a great structure.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
No, can't think of anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, let's close with her. So sending her before you leave, just sending her whatever feels true. Any gifts, any way you want to honor her, gratitudes for her. Just let her feel all of the ways that you feel her presence and you feel her energy and you feel her life force running through you. Just let her see that in you. The Dark Goddess, we thank you for all that you are, all that you hold, all that you balance, all that you reveal and destroy and regenerate. All of the weird and the primal, the taboo, everything else that doesn't have names, your depths. Thank you.
Thank you.
And because this is a portal to the underworld, we are going to close it up, but letting her know that you are here to receive. So you're not just blasted open by the underworld all the time, but you have a connection, kind of like the idea of like two cups on a string, where you can like tap in, you can like call in, and like she can call you, but you're not just like open all the time. So closing this portal, noticing the way you're meant to leave. Taking that back, traveling back. Opening for any notes on the inside of the transportation wormhole. And back, 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 back. Into your toes, your feet, your knees, your hips, pelvic bowl, belly button, all the way up. Feel that energy of landing back in your body, travel all the way up through your torso, solar plexus, your heart, throughout your arms. Feel your fingertips coming back into your spine, your neck, your tongue. Maybe moving your neck, find your breath, your eyes, top of your ears and the top of your head, fully back in this body with some incredible fucking downloads. Holy shit. And before I reflect anything back to you, I just like to open the space for you and like whatever wants to come out, what you experienced, what you're taking, what you made any of that mean. What's going on for you?
Super edgy for me. But and um I did it's also like reaffirming because I had a feeling that it was this, the how.
Mm.
But yeah, but the edginess got me like, eat. But then also like I'm really excited to do fire flow today because there is a meanness in like when I get to dance and like I tune everybody out. What was that word? Else out.
I'm familiar.
And I'm also curious about the Alethea card.
Me too. There were a couple cards that were like, you got to talk about this later, like pull the cards up later.
Yeah.
Keep going. What else?
Dragon Lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do want to stamp in like into my body the feeling of that land, like where she lived, because even though it was on this lava like hot rock, it felt very grounding and warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do that. Stamp that in. Squeeze your body, put an anchor in it, whatever you need to do. This feeling, this land.
Mm. Mm, mm,
That was
mm.
one of your questions before we even dropped in, so I'm not surprised that it is like really what you needed, and like it does feel like energetic architecture for this class. Like this is where you're holding the class and speaking from.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I have. Just like it was so cool.
Yeah, man. Dude.
And it's always so fun, like going in because I'm like, where the heck are we going? Because it was just black for a really long time. And then um even the moments of I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'm getting a blanket to put over my head. Like really, but at the same time, I mean, it felt true. Like, I mean, that's what I needed. But still, like, getting there is always a journey, like, such a journey to experience. And for me, like, I definitely need guidance to get there. Because I was like, I don't know. I don't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's black.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm like, why does anybody do business any other way? Like when you could do it this way, why would you do anything else?
Yeah. Like, what? Why aren't we having meetings like this? Why isn't this our meeting? Like, we have a problem, or we're trying to, like, whatever, build the business. Hello?
It's right here. You just have to ask.
Because
Oh,
everyone usually, let's talk about a meeting real quick. Because
yeah.
everyone usually leaves a meeting like, what a fucking waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck just even happened? Or like, oh, we're not going to do what they just talked about, all these numbers that they just threw at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, there's innovation, baby.
Innovation. Yeah. This is some of the bones that I want to, well, we'll just start talking about them. Um, Kind of loosely because I want to make also bones for this masterclass or whatever you want to call it. Um, but taking these also like we talked about yesterday, taking these very um well, you could call them wounded masculine architectures, but they're just like really fucking boring and dry. But like what a meeting used to be and redefining it. Like what a meeting gets to be for us. And like taking words like meeting and bullet points and success, like what success means for you.
Yeah.
What would feel successful for you? Those are just
Yeah.
ponderings to keep innovating within
Yeah.
and success. Beautiful. Well, I mean, like I said yesterday, you already have a masterclass. You could teach this now. Um, and I'm sure that that is still edgy, but it's true. You just got it. um, and and the bones of it. How do I bring this forward? You received that. We have steps. I wrote like 6 pages of notes. That was awesome. So I think what I'll do is I will, like, in the notes app, you can press record and like voice in 2 words.
Yeah.
Have you done this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
In the notes app, you can voice talk into it and it does the words for you.
Yeah,
That's what-
voice to text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, I've never done that yet.
It's super helpful.
Yeah.
It feels like really rudimentary.
It's so draining. I'm
Yeah,
like, fuck, it's not fast enough.
I know. Yeah. Notes app, microphone, and all you have to do is talk.
Okay.
I was under the blanket earlier today. I like screamed and cried like kitchen floor, just like fucking take me down morning. And I spent a lot of time under the blanket. And I really love the notes app for that because then you can be with your channel and just
Yeah.
like open your mouth and let it fall out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll do that for these pages. So then we
Okay.
can actually see these energetics.
Yeah.
Do you have a timeline?
No. Do you?
That's not the question I should have asked, or I wasn't clear enough. When do you want to hold this class?
Oh. um do. Let me look at a calendar.
Mhm.
Like beginning of May.
Okay. Set yourself a
Or-
date. Let's make this happen.
Okay. Okay. Ah. um boom. Okay, so I get to my new place next week, and then I can settle, create. May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
There's so many cheesy ways we can play with that. It's so good.
I like that one. Good. Silliness.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Silliness. I want to like triple circle that one because that's the underlying, right? Is like for
yeah.
you. So damn it, being interrupted. This is coming through for you. So let this serve you, and like silliness in creating it and the practices that you want to bring through and the embodiments that you want to bring through are yours first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious to this actually, like for me, like I know that it came through in this session, in the channeled session, but I also wonder if that's like maybe that's where I feel safe first, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because I'm like, oh, I'm scared of like, oh, this is too serious. So I'm softening it up with some da 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 da. But I don't, it might be both. I don't know.
Okay. Like let me just make sure I'm hearing you. Like, are you concerned that that these like subtle ways that we're like softening our size to be like, this is really fucking big, but look, it's funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
Maybe. But it also sounded very genuine.
Yeah.
And I think like when that came out of you that they need the shake up, like we're shaking up the energetics, but they also need the safety of silliness. Um, from a nervous system standpoint, when we are silly or curious, it means that we're safe enough to try something new.
Yeah.
So I feel like actually you are creating safe space for these people and also yourself to meet new edges.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just having eyes on that, like, am I trying to soften something might just be enough. Just the awareness might be enough.
Yeah. Okay. Stamping. Okay.
I had a thought, and this
Yeah.
also like call me out if this feels like the same thing. Um, and it might be a both and. In when things are edgy, we run them through ourselves first, and then we run them through ourselves in witness so that others can see us and our bodies are like, oh, I'm safe here. I can do this thing. Um, and the first time I ran my finger paint class, I was holding it in someone else's container, and that
Mhm.
was really edgy for me.
Yeah.
And were you there for that? I did like a trial run for sisters. It was
No.
Kaylee and um, just like 5 women that my system really trusted. And like, I can fuck this up. I can do it really wrong. I can meet my edges and like totally crumble, and all of them are still going to be like, we fucking love you and it's cool. So
Yeah.
that is an option. Like, you could, reach out to
Yeah.
Karen and Piper and me if you want to, and Kaylee, like whoever your people are, and be like, hey, I want to run this through. Would you guys be
Yeah.
open to it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so like, oh, yeah, we can
Yeah.
do that.
Yes. That's doable. Because then it's like really just playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That opened me up
That's
like,
from a business standpoint too. That's a really beautiful way you can utilize this. You can utilize this from a beautiful business standpoint and
yeah.
ask for like, come do this class with me. Say whatever you want to say and ask for a testimonial. Like,
Yeah.
Karen, afterwards, would you be open to writing me 4 sentences? And you fucking know she would.
Yeah.
And you can use that as you're selling the class and
Mhm.
also utilize your women to help you sell the class. Like, like any one of us would be like, hey, Violet's running this dope class. Get the fuck in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sovereign Village stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. This is also a part of innovation.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The I don't even know what to call it. I got fucking steamrolled this morning. And I like tried to take myself through holotropic, but my breath was just like doing whatever it wanted to. So I'd like double breath for like 5 times, and then I'd breath hold, and then I'd like breath of fire, and then dragon breath has come through for me also. Like you said that, and I was like, yeah. and and then I was like soft breathing. Anyway, it was a whole thing for like an hour. And like what I received was like, I'm being like, this is a massive blueprint, like just like gunk is being let go. I'm just like, take it back. Like anything that I think that I fucking know, any blueprints, even like the stuff that I've built over the last couple of years, like I don't know anything. And I felt like all of my beings like showed up as this like swarm of birds and just like put their hands on me. Like they gave me like new Reiki blueprints, and I don't know what they are. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't even know why I started telling you this. Why am I telling you this? Just like innovation and like new ways. Like I don't know what the new ways are, but we're doing them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Code me.
Yeah.
Show me. I'm just a weird human.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the bravery to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why we have each other and our women.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you are going to do a trial run, a sister's call, whatever, let's go ahead and set a date for that too. Like
Yeah.
this is architecture. This is bones. Bones. And it also holds you to that. Like, this is the date. We got to do the things by, and we're going to do them.
We have to do the things.
Yeah. We get to do the things.
We get to do the things.
Mm-hmm.
Boop, boop, boop.
Excuse me.
Okay, there's that. I'm curious. I have a question about this actually, because like, so May 4th, right? I'm talking business stuff,
Yes.
logistics.
Yes.
So next week, this is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm settling into my place next week, right?
Yeah.
So give myself time for that. But then basically I have 1 week of promotion. So I want to do this beta class before I promote, or like I
During.
can't.
I would do it during.
Okay. Yeah, so then I'm thinking that like April 24th.
Cool. Yeah, and there's no reason that you need to wait on anything. Like you can pop into your stories right now and be like, I'm gonna do this thing on May 4th. I don't know a lot of details. I do know these things. Or you don't even have to say anything. Just like flirt with them. I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
Goddess Masterclass. If you buy it right now, it's however much.
Okay. Cool.
Or just flirt. Whatever.
I'm flirting right now. I'm shy. It's the shy flirting. You know, like the beginning, like, oh, I'm just gonna dip my toe in.
Yeah.
Or bite.
Yeah. I would start flirting now. So that
Okay.
the energy is in the pool, in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm doing this. Yeah.
Maybe I can get some like fire dance footage tonight. Okay. Go. Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right. I gotta go get my babe from school. I'm really fucking excited to build this thing with you.
Me too. I want to hear, you said you had reflections, but maybe you could drop them
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will.
in a
I will. Yeah, I will. I also, um, circling back to the beginning of this call, when I'm like, this is how things often move through me.
yeah.
Just to share this part with you, and the ways that I've learned myself holding space. And I've talked about this a little bit before. But like if I try to, embodiment is the way, right? Like
Yeah.
you embody the class, and actually you can't forget what you're doing because your body knows. So you're just
Yeah.
running the energetics. That is your job. It's just to run the class through your system. And like let the class run through you, because she'll have things to teach you.
Oh,
But when I've tried to show up with bump, 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 this is what I'm teaching. That's how it feels. That's the
yeah.
staccato that's in your body. That's like, and then I like miss things and blah, blah, blah. But if I show up with like, it's in my body, I've been running this thing for 2.5 weeks, but you've been running it for years now. Like,
Yeah.
and I show up with like, all right, I have three main, that looked really weird. Like, three
Yo.
main things. We're doing an activation, we're doing a movement, and we're opening the space. Like those are the like boom, boom, boom. And that's all you have to hold yourself to.
Okay.
And then it also can't get like, oh my God, it's so big. Cause like all you have to do is three things
Yeah.
and the rest will come.
Fuck yeah. That's my style. I just want to show up and it be simple. Set it and forget it. Set it
Exactly.
and forget it magic. That's
Totally.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's very breathable.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can work on whatever comes up. Like I said, it'll, the class will move
Yeah.
through you. You're going to learn things. It's going to flatten you and expand you before it happens. And that's what we're here for. And you and I get to work on like whatever the fuck comes up, whatever comes up for you personally, anything you want to work on with copy, marketing, graphics, any business stuff, like we do it all.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Woo! Great fun today. This was a successful meeting. It's success. That's
Yeah.
what success feels like.
Right. All right, babe.
Um,
Tell me how
one,
tonight goes. What?
one more thing, Kate. When you get a chance, can you grab those cards?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Alethea, Eternal Child,
Yeah.
and there was one more that pinged. I think it's sitting on my floor though. I'll just go look.
Okay.
Let me see if I wrote it down.
6 pages.
It's a so I wrote the whole thing. I don't know, but it'll come back.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hey, love.
This was awesome.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.